Okay, with our other two guest artists, I'm going to start with you, Jerry, and ask about the program.
The original Mostly Mozart.
Yeah, that's right. Did you debut operatically with a Mozart opera?
My New York City opera debut was The Queen of the Night. Yeah. And I did a Re Pastore actually when I was about 17 or 16. I can't remember. I didn't do the part that sings the aria that I sang tonight.
We were talking earlier about a point in anybody's life, no matter how brilliant they were with a youthful thrust, that later on, I don't want to get myself in trouble and use the word mature, because that could be misconstrued. But what is the difference, in your opinion, in your voice and your approach to singing now from when you made your debut?
Oh, gosh, I'm much more in control technically, and since I don't have to worry quite so much about technique, I can worry more about interpretation.
Right.
It's a freedom that comes with maturity, I think. Probably as a conductor, too.
But, you know, as a conductor, it's actually, in some ways, very different, because yes, of course, it's the same, but it's more than that, because you have to have the experience of all that repertoire. And when I think about having now, done all these years at Mostly Mozart, having conducted all the symphonies and all the piano concertos, you have a wealth of experience that leads you to that interpretation. And so, they say, in some ways, you don't become a famous conductor until you're old. I mean, when we think of the great conductors, they're all old.
Yeah, that's right.
Tuscany, you think of them with white hair, and you think of Kusevitsky that way, and you think of Munch and all the great conductors.
Don't think of you that way.
But it's interesting that it is something. It's an art of maturity. It's an art of experience in life.
Is that why there aren't really, I can't say any, but there aren't many child prodigy conductors? I haven't heard of them.
There are some kids who can, on occasion, conduct, but it's not really conducting. A child prodigy playing the piano actually has to play the notes.
Yeah, that's right.
In conducting, you really don't have it, because it's a different kind of experience. Most people come to it, in a sense, later in life.
Right. I'm just thinking that concert arias are gems sometimes, but they aren't sung as often as the operatic.
Yeah, they're not.
Why is that?
I've actually never performed any.
Is that right?
Well, until tonight.
Until tonight.
And would it be easier? I would think it would be easier to do a concert aria in this setting than to do an operatic aria where you've got to evoke a whole opera in one piece.
Well, but many of the concert arias were written to take the place of another operatic aria.
Right.
For example, the aria that I just sang was written for Idamante and Idomeneo to sing.
I see.
Yeah, so there is still a story that you're trying to get across.
Yeah, which you do very, very neatly. That is beautiful to hear. I look forward to what's coming up, too.
For me, it was wonderfully exciting to be able to work with Andre Watts and Joshua Bell.
Yeah, that's a nice program. I'm glad you programmed it that way.
I've always wanted to do chamber music, and this is almost it with an orchestra.
In the time remaining, could you kind of walk us through what we're going to, the Italian Symphony, half of the program. June Anderson, thank you.
Thank you.
And Maestro SCHWARZ, we'll see you.